Hello and welcome to the Situationship Expert YouTube channel. I am your host, India Lynn, also known as the Situationship Expert, first on TikTok and now on YouTube. The reason I'm excited in this introduction video is because I get to give you the behind the scenes on who I am, what a situationship is, and how did I get to this point of creating a YouTube channel. So if you already follow me on TikTok, then you already know who I am, you know what I represent, what I'm about. But if it's your first time ever seeing any of my content, period, here is who I am. So I was not always a situationship expert. I was not always someone who discussed relationships, but I found myself back in 2022 in my very last situationship. And what is a situationship? A situationship is an unofficial relationship between two people usually, where one person, at least one person on average, one person who's upset with the status of the situationship, is desiring a relationship while the other person is still in limbo, right? Every once in a while you have situationships where you have both people who are okay with just going through the motions, but a lot of times they get tricky because one person snaps out of it and it's not always on the same timeline as the other person snapping out of it. And snapping out of it can mean we're going our separate ways, this has been fun while it lasted, and other times it's no, I actually really do like you, and the other person's just not on the same page as you. But for me, I was constantly putting myself in situationship scenarios with men who had no intention on making me their girlfriend. They liked the idea of me, they enjoyed the encouragement, they enjoyed having someone by their side or to give them advice, but they did not see me as a future wife. They made it abundantly clear that we were not in a relationship by never establishing one. And I felt led to believe that it was eventually in time going to be something that they would make a priority. It turned out that they didn't. But I started making some changes for myself back in 2022. I felt hurt. I felt embarrassed. I felt ashamed. I said, how am I this old in life and still falling for this trap that somebody would love me? And I started feeling like I was unlovable, started feeling like, well, what's wrong with me? Why is it that, you know, everyone else on the planet can meet somebody, I can't, or I keep running into the same types of men that have no interest in moving forward with me. But I stopped playing the blame game and got out of that victim mentality and said, no, I'm going to start listening to some relationship advice online. But I was steered in the right direction to people who were giving out some pretty strong, solid, healthy relationship advice. And it made me so much better as a result. And at first I kept it to myself. You know, life gave me a lot of lemons, but I made some delicious lemonade out of it. And I said, now I've gotten rid of so many insecurities. I love myself so much more. I just feel like I'm strong all around, so much better than I was prior to listening to these experts. But after the hurt of my last situationship, I felt encouraged to let other women know that they shouldn't fall into this trap. But I didn't want to just give out relationship advice to women only, because at first I said, I don't want any other woman to feel the way I feel. I realized it's not just women going through this, it's men, it's women, it's people in general being led to believe that they are working towards something that they are not working toward at all. And so my goal was to warn people, but it became more of a passion to encourage people to have hope to try again. Because as hurt as I was, it didn't stop the amount of love I had in my heart to give. And I wanted people to couple the love that they had in their heart with the wisdom and knowledge and understanding that they can receive from the advice that I learned over time from these experts, but also the knowledge that I learned just from real world experiences and just some, honestly, knowledge from above, nuggets of wisdom from God himself, right? And I said, it's not fair for me to keep this to myself. I need to share it with people. And so I have been scrutinized, like, well, why do you go by the situationship expert, right? I don't condone unhealthy relationships. I'm just good at identifying nonsense, and that's why I say I'm an expert in that arena, right? But ultimately, I want to see you win. I want to see more singles find love, because as much as I've seen people on YouTube give out advice, unfortunately, the red flag advice has, in my opinion, tipped the scale, and you don't really hear that much green flag advice anymore. So you have more singles running away from love than running towards it, and that is my goal. I want singles to run toward love, not run away from it, not hibernate on a Friday night or Saturday night unless your friends drag them out of the house. I want you to try love again. I believe you're worth it. I believe if you genuinely desire love, you can find it. And if you genuinely desire to be single, even after watching my content, you have the right to that too. Whatever it is that you desire in life, I hope you find it. But I hope that this channel can give you a little bit more clarity on what you're stepping into, because I see so many mismatches in terms of relationships. I don't believe just because you're in a relationship you're happy, and I don't believe just because you're single that you're unhappy. I don't believe that just because you got married you met the love of your life, and I don't believe that just because you got divorced that you can't find love again. I believe that there are so many opportunities for us to grow, learn with our partners, or meet the right person for us. And that's what this channel is here for. It's an outlet. I have had the opportunity to speak to so many different people on TikTok Live. I've spoken to people who are single, dating, in situationships, in exclusive relationships, in marriages, divorced, remarried, in blended families. And I've had so many people say thank you for your advice, and I've been blessed to be able to get a thank you for it, like people online, from people online who said, wow, what you said resonated with me. I took your advice, and I just want you to know it helped my relationship so much. Those are the testimonies that have made me come back and say, I'm going to do this again. And that's why I'm on this platform now, is because so many times I've gone live and I didn't repost half of the content that was shared. And I want you to have a library of content that you can always go to at any point in time, whether you catch my lives or you just subscribe to the channel, right? I want you to have this outlet available to you. So I think I've said my piece at this point, but I am very happy to have the YouTube channel after the TikTok scares of TikTok being banned multiple times between 2024 and 2025. I said, you know what, it actually makes sense for me to make this platform, as well for safety reasons. You know where to find me. So if you followed this link from my TikTok account, or if you just came here because someone shared the video with you, welcome. I hope you enjoy this content, and please leave your comments. Your thoughts are important to me. Leave them in the comment section. I'll do the very best I can to get back to you. But again, thank you for joining me on the Situationship Expert YouTube channel. I'm happy to be here, and you better believe more content is on its way. But until the next video, take care.